Hi everybody, how's it going? Mark here with another video. This was going to be a review video. Unfortunately, the comics that I was going to review haven't turned up yet. That's the curse and the blessing of having a 2-day bank holiday weekend. Obviously with Easter and that happening, it's Good Friday's a bank holiday over here and Easter Monday's a bank holiday over here, so they'll probably turn up on Tuesday, so you might get a late review somewhere in the middle of the week next week. But so I've got something to do, and so you've got something to watch. I thought I'd just show you some comics that I've had sent to me that actually have made it through the post and the bank holiday weekend. And to start off with, we have a little bundle of comics from a place called A Place in Space. It's a company on eBay. They're pretty good actually, they're not too bad priced and everything. What we got here? First off we have Venom 13.4, which is part 5 of Circle of 4. And the final part of Circle of 5, which is Venom 14. Now, I've enjoyed this little series actually, this little story arc in Venom. It's not been too bad, and the whole of this Venom comic hasn't been that bad. I was a bit dubious when they said that they were going to give Flash Thompson the Venom symbiote, but it's been a pretty good read so far, so yeah, not too bad. Good pick up there. What else we got? We have Dominic Levray, Voodoo Child, I probably pronounced that wrong, from Vertigo, #1. Haven't had a chance to read this yet, but I've enjoyed the other two #1s that Vertigo, DC Vertigo brought out, which was Saucer Country and New Dead Wardians. They were pretty good, so if this is anything like that, hopefully this will be pretty good as well. I think that's an ongoing. Yeah, I think that's an ongoing series. And what else do we have here? Resurrection Man #5. Really good series, one of the few good series that are out of the new DC 52. And it's exactly the same creative team as was in the first series that they did in the late 90s, wasn't it? Mid and late 90s they did it, which was Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. So that's a really good series to read. If you haven't got that, pick up in trade. What else we got? We have the Defenders #4, which is the I'm a Defender variant cover. I think these are pretty cool covers actually. You're using the words that describe the actual character that they're portraying to make the body and make the silhouette of the character they're supposed to be. Obviously you can see here this one's supposed to be the Silver Surfer. I've also managed to pick up #1, which as you can see is supposed to be Iron Fist. I've got #3, which was the Red She-Hulk. So the only one I'm missing is #2, Doctor Strange, and hopefully I'll be getting that one soon. So, but yeah, really nice covers those. What else do we have? Another thing I got from the company A Place in Space is this Avengers vs X-Men #0, normal cover. You might think, what's so amazing about that? Not so much the fact that I got this sent to me by the company, but also I got this little lithograph as well. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and I believe they were being given away in comic shops and that to advertise the comic crossover comic. And also a set of 4 coasters, which yeah, I already had from my local comic book shop, but you can't have too many coasters with comic book things on them. And as well as that, 2 badges, Captain America, and one I didn't have, the Cyclops one. You probably can't see that from here, but it's just definitely got a Cyclops on it. So the only badge I'm now missing is the Hope one, and that seems to be really difficult to find. I've got a few tracking on eBay and that, and on the internet and everything, so hopefully I might be able to pick one of them up. But yeah, pretty good going. Nice little freebies there with that. What else have we got? Can't remember if I showed you this one beforehand. This is Costa Bromstar's fault. I don't know if I put this in my last video, but he said about this comic in one of his videos recently, and I had to pick it up, and it's Ragemore by Jan Strnad and Richard Corbin. Richard Corbin's artwork is absolutely fantastic in any case, but in here it is amazing. It is so atmospheric. If you like Edgar Allan Poe or H.P. Lovecraft, which luckily enough I do, and if you've seen videos of me, my previous videos, you'd also know that I like H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe. This is so Poe. It is unbelievable. It's about a castle that has been built over the centuries on the blood of pagans and then Christians, people who have, you know, basically anybody who's gone anywhere near the castle has been killed by the castle. The building is alive, the people who live in there know that it's alive, and anybody who comes to the building with any malice towards the building ends up not being alive. It's black and white, but that doesn't bother me because I was brought up in black and white comics. But how cool is that? Richard Corbin artwork is fantastic. He done there was a 2-3 issue miniseries that Marvel Max did. One was with Edgar Allan Poe short stories, and the other one with H.P. Lovecraft stories. And he done the artwork for them. I think they were called Masters of Horror, something like that. But they were absolutely fantastic miniseries. He's also done work with Steve Niles for IDW, which I believe was the Bigfoot miniseries that he wrote, that Steve Niles wrote. But yeah, if you haven't got this, see if you can pick it up. This seems to be going like hotcakes off the comic shops shelves at the moment. Absolutely brilliant comic. What else have we got? Another back issue pickup. Not this one, but if you've seen other people's videos around YouTube, you'd probably have heard of a comic called Bulletproof Coffin, and it is done by Shaky Kane, who's a British artist, and his artwork is peculiar to say the least, very pop arty and very psychedelic, and it's a really good comic. Now, this wasn't one of the first comics that Shaky Kane ever drew for. Years and years ago in the UK, there was a magazine called Revolver. It didn't last very long. It only went on for about 7 issues, and it had 2 specials in that. But it was a monthly comic, an anthology comic, and it had the Grant Morrison interpretation of Dan Dare in it. It also had it was like a bioptic comic strip on the life of Jimi Hendrix, and in here we have, if I can find it, I know he's in here somewhere, well, on the front cover really, artwork by Shaky Kane from Revolver number 7. There you go. That's one of the other pickups I've had this week. I've nearly got a complete series of this now, and it's just a really good little series. It's unfortunate that it didn't go on for long, because some of the stories in there were really good. It was quite a peculiar little anthology monthly in that. It was brought out by the people who brought out 2000 AD. I mean, you can't see it on here, but up here it says a 2000 AD production. Yeah. But yeah, really cool series. If you've ever read the magazine Deadline that was out in the UK in the 80s and 90s, it's a bit like that, but without so many articles in it. Yeah, there you go. Some of Shaky Kane's early artwork. What else do we have? What else we got? Oh, yep, just a couple more to be going with. A few Amazing Spider-Mans. we have Amazing Spider-Man 257 with the Puma. Now I'm not sure if this is the first appearance of the Puma. I don't think it is. I think 256 was the first appearance. But yeah, I mean, it's not the best copy in the world. I'm not too sure if it's got some fading, like light fading on it, but not too bad for you know, in my collection. What else do we have? Amazing Spider-Man 258, which has got the story that was the first one that showed Spider-Man that his black suit was actually alive and was actually a symbiote, and the one where he goes to Mr. Fantastic, who ends up using a sonic device to separate him from. Yeah, again, not in the best of nick, but still pretty good game. Also the one where Mary Jane goes to Peter Parker and says that she knows that he's Spider-Man. And Amazing Spider-Man 260, which I think is the second appearance of the Hobgoblin. So I've missed out on 259 unfortunately, but I'm sure I'll be able to pick that up somewhere. So yeah, pretty cool. The Challenge of the Hobgoblin. Mary Jane there. May Parker there. She's old then. So yeah, that's all I've got so far to show you. Hopefully the next video I put up on my channel will be a bit of a special one, so keep an eye out for that one. Thanks everybody for watching. With any luck I should be able to do a review video possibly midweek next week of comics that unfortunately come out last week, but you know, these things happen with bank holidays and all. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care and ta-ta for now.